Okay, that should be all sorted. Let's just pull this alongside. So we're just pulling the chat alongside, but so we should be all good and raring to go. Just want to check. Yep, the mic is working. Everything seems. Oh, might have to push this out a little bit, but it's gotta be even. This is gonna become the duality of man, to say the very least. But no, it's probably gonna be like one of those, like a leave it kind of thing. But there we are. But anyways, welcome everybody. Welcome to this very interesting stream, to say the least. It is the quarterfinals for the Rugby League World Cup. Obviously missed not the first one because that was yesterday morning, as we saw the Australians beating Lebanon 48 points to 4, becoming the first team to make it through to the semi-finals. And now we get to see another team potentially make it to the semi-finals, as the other semi-final, as England take on Papua New Guinea. It's going to be a very interesting look to see what's going to occur into this in this match. It's a lot of different things can occur in this match. But I think first things first really is just to we'll go through the team list. The team list that has been announced as of very recently. This is the starting lineup. So starting off with England, you got Sam Tompkins at fullback with Tommy Mackinson and Dominic Young on the wings, with Callum Watkins and Herbie Farnworth in the centres. Jack Wellsby at 5'8", with George Williams at halfback. Thomas Burgess, Michael McLaurin and Chris Hill as the prop hooker prop, with Elliot Whitehead and John Bateman in the second row. Victor Radley is the lock. The bench is full of M's of starting names. You've got Morgan Knowles, Matty Lees, Mike Cooper and Mike McMeekin, and Kai Pearce-Paul is the injury reserve for England. And going in now to Papua New Guinea's team, you've got Alex Johnston at fullback, Jimmy McGutlick and Roderick Ty. I accidentally wrote it as T-U-I instead of Ty, but we'll fix that up now. As with Nana McDonald and Justin Olam in the centres, Kyle Labert at 5'8", with Lachlan Lamb at halfback, Wellington Albert, Edwin Apapi and Sylvester Namo as the prop hooker prop, with Nixon Putt and Reese Martin in the second row. Jacob Atlick is the lock. And the interchange for Papua New Guinea is Dan Russell, Mackenzie Yeh, Jeremiah Simbaiken and Watson Boas, with the injury reserve being Kevin Appo for Papua New Guinea. So that is pretty much the starting. That's the teams pretty much for this match. It's a hard game to really try to point out to seeing what will occur. It's Oh, hello there, Rowan. It's almost like I was talking to you about an hour ago. But yeah, this match is obviously England will flog them, dog. It's gonna be a hard game to see, because obviously this is a very young and bolsterous. No, there we go. Okay, now the chats are starting to work, but Bolspr. It's a very big prospects of a young English team coming in, and obvious. Oh, the chat doesn't last for long. Hang on, let me just try to fix this up. For some reason, like, the chat just disappears after a certain amount of time. Now, always show messages. I don't know why that doesn't pop up, but yeah, England have got a very good young team. It's going to be a very good match, to say the least. And then they're coming up against a Papua New Guinea team, which is arguably the best team they've ever formed. So it is hard to say. I'm just trying to figure out how to keep the chat up. There we go. England are home, unlike Amoni. That is very true in terms of the horse racing. I don't last long when I'm with you. That's not what your mother said. But coming into this, looking at the poll at the moment, as let's see how many people. 5 people have voted in the polls already. Thank you all very much for the ones who have. and it is a 60-40 currently in favour of England. So England currently have the slight edge. History of football. This should be a big match, to say the least. As you can see, I'm just repeating myself because I've got no idea what to say because I've had no planning for this whatsoever at all. Just started streaming. We've only got 25 minutes till the game starts. Oh. Yeah, we're not going to be saying that. We're not going to be saying that, big man. Freaking shit. But, yeah, there we go. There's live chat. Even live chat's still taking its sweet time to probably upload because it's been a while since I've done this. I mean, in terms of when I did do this match, the last match I did for the Rugby League World Cup, which was Papua New Guinea. It was not Papua. It was Tonga, Wales, actually. It was a few weeks ago, to say the very least. But I haven't really watched that much, to say the very least. I mean, this is my first match of the... I didn't watch Australia, Lebanon. I only watched 3 matches pretty much in there full. It was like England, Samoa, which is the opening game. Scotland and Italy. I did watch that. And pretty much, yep, and then Tonga and Wales, and that's pretty much been it. I watched all the highlights for all the other matches, but yeah. Just sending some messages. Just sending some warning shots, but basically, yes, so this game is pretty much, one thing that is interesting, to say the least, that I have actually noticed and realised in terms of research, that I believe if Papua New Guinea do win this match, this will be, regardless of what happens in the other one, in the other semi-final, in the other quarter-final in which this correlates to, which is Samoa Tonga. If New Guinea win this match, this will be, regardless of what occurs, it will be the first time a Pacific Island nation will be in the Rugby League World Cup final. I think, if that's the case, I'm not too sure. I'd assume so. I do remember Tonga last year got really close. They made the semi-finals but lost to England. Back in 2017, got 5 years ago. I remember watching that. But yeah. Is Nigel Plum playing? I don't think Nigel Plum is playing, unfortunately. There's been only 4 teams who have made the World Cup final, yeah. Nigel Plum. Holy shit, I actually do remember this bloke, to be fair. Why did my message go through? I don't know. It's I don't think there's any filters or anything that has blocked anything. I just want to call it, like, rip Nigel Plum, gone but never forgotten. Long lost man, love him, rest of, he's not dead. He's a journeyman Australian rugby league, so 92 matches for Penrith, 2010-2015, good on him. Unless we were talking about a different Nigel Plum. But I'm just trying to figure out, so basically in terms of, I was right about OG Penrith fan here, dog. Yeah, definitely. He played 151st grade games for Canberra, Penrith, and Easts. Yeah, I remember. Bring back Luke Lewis. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Luke Lewis. That's my recollection of the Penrith Panthers when watching them when I was younger, was him. But now going into the poll now, and there's more votes coming in. The 60-40 is now switched. It is now... Oh, it's now 11 votes now, 64% in favour of Papua New Guinea now. So some Papua New it keeps on getting 67% now. So it's about 8-4 in favour of New Guinea to take the win. It's a hard one to say the least. So England going through their fuck off, Rowan. So basically, going into the group stages, England started out firing. It was like 66-6 over Samoa, and then they did struggle a little bit in the first half of against France, but they did run away with it, and then absolutely dominated Greece. Papua New Guinea, on the other hand, they played a really good game in their opening against I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and I'm useless at that. Papua New Guinea played a fantastic game against Tonga. It was only just taken away from them in the last couple of minutes when Matangi went over. But obviously Papua New Guinea did bounce back with their wins over the Cook Islands and Wales. So I got to search up for history here, because is Isaac Luke playing? I don't think he is, mate. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think he is. Just going to go into PNG Rugby League Internationals. There's probably should be a list. I'm just going to try to check the last time these two teams played. I can't even spell internationals. It just shows how unprepared I am for this match, to say the very least. But yeah, let's have a look here. If they have a list, if they do have a list of their full internationals, or it's probably just not a thing. There's recent results. So they've played England 4 times in their past Papua New Guinea, and they've lost all of them. So if Papua New Guinea do win tonight, it'll be their first ever win over England. Just trying to figure out when the last time that happened. Did it happen in 2017? Let's actually have a check about this quickly. Everybody, stop it. Calm down the chat. So PNG versus England. Did it happen? I don't think it happened in 2017. Did it? History or like form. Here we go. Head to head. England versus Papua New Guinea. It's a repeat of the... Oh, okay, it's a repeat of the quarterfinals. 2017. Alright, that is the last one. So pretty much, yep. So 2017 quarterfinals. So it's just it's a replay. And I believe was Samoa and Tonga. Was that also a quarterfinal back in 2017? If I think it was either a group stage match or it was the quarters. I'm just going to check 2017 Rugby League World Cup, because I didn't pay attention to that one either. So I think it would be the case at least. Samoa didn't make it out of the group stage in 2017. Okay. So it must have been a group stage match, if I'm just going to try and have a look. Or if it was a warm-up. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a group stage match. 32-18 Tonga. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So yeah, it was a group stage match. Z-Tech99, what is your favourite? They were fucking shit. It's good to see they have improved though, but it does seem like they've just gotten like, here at Penrith place. Is Dominic Young playing Ellie? Yes, he is. He is starting winger. My favourite Polynesian rugby team. I do like a bit of I do like. Are you talking just regular club team, or are we talking international? Rowan. Peter Sterling must be starting front row, mate. He didn't even start front row when he played. That is a bit ridiculous. But yeah. So international. Probably pick. I probably would say New Guinea, and this is not me trying to like cheap hometown pop, but I think it probably would be the case. It's like, I mean, you know, it's like the only country where rugby league is the national sport, you know. I do remember when all the hype came out around when the Hunters won the Queensland Cup. That was pretty cool. It was against a very solid it was against a very solid Sunshine Coast Falcons team as well, which had Justin Olam in it, actually. So yeah, it's I remember that was good scenes, and just it would be nice to see them to come into the to the NRL. I have heard they have launched a bid, but I think there's a lot of bids going in at the moment. I know the North Sydney are coming into it, potentially going to the Central Coast. Who knows? Yeah, this chat's getting a little bit weird in terms of how it's going to update. It's I think we just got to deal with that. Let's have a look at this. Look at this continuing poll, to say the least. There's Papua New Guinea beat Great Britain, but that's not England, definitely. So currently so everything's looking a little bit slow today. So 28 votes have come in. So a lot of votes have come in very recently. 71% in favor, 72 now in favour of Papua New Guinea taking it out and advancing to the semi-finals. That, like, it would be a fantastic result if that does happen. I'm hoping for a close game, because I know that's been very limiting in terms of this World Cup, because it's really only been Group D, which has been close. But yeah, I'm just going to turn on the stream, actually, from KO is how I'm watching this. I love Greg from the Mole. He represents the the LGBTQ plus community very well. That's good on him. Good on him. I am gay for moment. No, Nigeria isn't playing. That's the spam. Oh, that's spamming. Oh, spamming. I'm gonna put you in timeout, Dubs. I'm gonna. Whoopsie doodle. Oopsie. You gotta. Yeah, you gotta calm down with the spamming. Make me mod. I would rather drag my nuts on the concrete than make you mod, Rowan. Let's just turn on. Yep, here we go. Pre-game, Papua New Guinea versus England at the DW Stadium, which is the stadium of Wigan. Rowie, sorry. It's Romley. But yeah, so there was a game on earlier, I believe it was the England women's team beating Canada in a fairly one-sided match beforehand. I don't know if it was at the same stadium, but yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening there. Wouldn't mind looking into doing some of the Women's World Cup matches, which is has brought some form of an idea happening, but yeah, the chat's being a little bit weird in terms of like delay. So what is this? Always showing 15. Yeah, I don't think anything has like changed or anything. It's just a little bit odd of how the way it like loads. It's like it takes the chat like intake and then it just revs itself up. But anyways, how close are we now to kickoff? We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Both teams are currently warming up out onto DW Stadium, the home of I would assume the Wigan Warriors. Well, very much so, and of course Wigan Athletic, the association football club. What's your favourite country for rugby league? It probably would be Australia, I'd think. I mean, though I wouldn't be that excited if they did win, kind of thing. I do also like, in terms of like this World Cup and the FIFA World Cup, there's like a 24-hour turnaround from the Rugby League World Cup final to the FIFA World Cup opening match. Commissary with the Kummels by 10. Yeah, let's so we've got the poll in chat. 54 votes coming in. Holy dooly, and 81% in favour of New Guinea. What's like score lines? Like what are people thinking? I think it will be a close match. I feel for England to win this to win this match. I feel like it needs to be a high-scoring game, to say the very least. Basically, put points on them like extremely early, like run away with it, put it out in the first half. That's what I feel should be the case for England. But for New Guinea, obviously the defence is going to be their main key, so a lower scoring game would benefit New Guinea, in my opinion. It's kind of like a state of origin thing, where it's like New South Wales usually go well when they like score a lot of points really quickly and just run away with it. But Queensland are very better in the low scoring matches. That's my insight there with rugby league. But yeah, it would be. Hang on, you just said England 40 plus, and then you put in a scoreline that's like by 32. It's not exactly. I thought you did stats and mathematics. PNG fans sitting and getting ready to support our team. Very, very much so. I feel like definitely the whole country would be waking up at all hours. I think there wouldn't be that much of time difference between us and Australia, between Papua New Guinea and Australia. Would it be like probably like 2 hours max, or maybe only an hour? Or it'd be like similarly the same time, because we're unless they don't use the same time zone as New South Wales or Queensland, but it'd be roughly the same time. What I should say actually, as before we get into this, I will be doing the New Zealand-Fiji match in a couple of hours, if anybody is interested in crossing in for that, because that should be an interesting match as well, basically to see who Australia will play in the semi-final. Oh, Sky News. Oh, Dan Andrews. Oh, Paul. I've got to say, Sky News is full of some interesting characters. This is water. I don't know why the fuck I said that, but regardless of the time zone difference, 10 million of us are waiting patiently for the kickoff. That's definitely agreeable on that sentiment. Votes 80. I think this is probably going to be very close to like the votes of how many, because I think it was like nearly 100 for the Tonga Wales game. So currently 82 votes. 83% in favour of New Guinea still. Peter Credlin. Ooh. 7 minutes away. So the crowd now, sizable crowd. You've got the English fans, and you've also got the Papua New Guinean faithful, as both teams are actually coming out onto the field right now. So Sam Tompkins and Reece Martin leading their teams out on a wet, probably traditional England weather for this match between England and Papua New Guinea. Of course, like was mentioned earlier, Papua New Guinea have beaten Great Britain a couple of years ago, but they've never beaten England out of the 4 times they've played them previously, especially last time in the quarterfinals of the 2017 World Cup. So can Papua New Guinea do one better and go to the semi-finals, and basically put a stamp in a Pacific Island nation being in the final for the first time? So in the camera, Dominic Young, Knights boy. I'm a Knights fan. We are not holding on to him. I am scared, to say the very least. But as we're going through the ceremony, we can go through the team list just before kickoff. So we'll start off with the England team. We've got Sam Tompkins at fullback, Tommy Mackinson and Dominic Young on the wings, with Callum Watkins and Herbie Farnworth in the centres. Jack Walsby at 5'8", with George Williams at halfback, Thomas Burgess, Michael McLaurin and Chris Hill as the prop hooker prop. Elliot Whitehead and John Bateman in the second row, with Victor Radley at lock. Interchange consists of Morgan Knowles, Matty Lees, Mike Cooper and Mike McMeegan and Kai Pearce-Paul as the injury reserve. There's going to be a little bit of time there because it's actually, what's her name? Buddy, Oh, that's Kate. Kate. Prince William's wife. Shows how much I know about the English royal family. She's talking to Justin Olam. You got a little bit of the royal consort, so the least. But going into the Papua New Guinea team now, Alex Johnston at fullback with Jimmy Gutlick and Roderick Ty on the wings with Nana McDonald and Justin Olam in the centres. Kyle Laybutt is at 5'8" with Lachlan Lamb at halfback. Wellington Albert, Edwin Apapi and Sylvester Namo as the proper props with Nixon Putt, Reese Martin in the second row with Jacob Alick at lock. Interchange consists of Dan Russell, Mackenzie Yeh, Jeremiah Simbaiken and Watson Boas on the bench. And Kevin Appo is the injury reserve for Papua New Guinea. I think there's a bit of a reason for the teams to coming out a little bit early because we're going to spend a lot of time with handshakes with the royal family. Well, it's not the royal family, it's just Princess Kate. So full credit to the boys highlighting. I wonder, does Princess Kate watch a bit of who would she support in the NRL? Probably like the Roosters or something like that. Yeah, they're still waiting, and I'm assuming they're probably going to do the same thing with the England team. So yeah, they're gonna take their time. It's a very decently looking crowd here at the stadium, to say the very least. Probably to shove most of the people out onto the free stands. There's not that many seats on the actual where the cameras are. So yeah, now they're handshaking the referees. And there's Sam Tompkins. He was the Man of Steel 2 seasons ago in the Super League. That much I do know about the English team. And then you got the boy Dominic Young. He's just my boy. Just have a look. Any more updates to the poll? Now we have officially crossed 100 votes. Yep, they're now handshaking the English team. This is going to take a while. So we're currently at 110 votes now. This is definitely broken the record for pins. I thought Kate was rubbing up on Sam Tompkins' beard then. But yeah, 85% in favour of New Guinea coming in. So it's a very hard line Papua New Guinea lineup here. Yeah, this is taking a while. I wonder if she goes in for a hug for Dominic Young, as would I. she'll dap Dominic Young up. It's like she knows what's up. Huddersfield boy. They're just gonna. Oh, George Burgess. No, in fairness, probably would have given a big old handshake to George Burgess, which is just gonna take forever. Surely you got someone's got to tell to Princess Kate to hurry up. I'm sorry this isn't engaging, but it's like the fucking we get it. Yep, your husband's in line. He's the first in line for the King of England. Hurry up. Yeah, it is a proper meet and greet because it fucking goes on forever. It's just yeah, she's definitely being told to hurry up, to say the least. Come on, where is he? Where's the big fella? Where's Dominic? Where's Dominic Young? Where is he? Where is the boy? We haven't even done the anthems yet. It's just they've come out. Princess Kate's come in and now they're handshaking and talking war and peace with all the players. Victor Rudley. Here we go. There's Dominic Young. No matter what, Papua New Guinea will make us proud. That's definitely an agreed upon sentiment. Just be nice if Princess Kate would hurry up. oh, you're big. It's like, oh, you're on the wings. Oh, yeah, he scored 3 against the Titans. Farnworth is cold. He do be cold. You do be cold. There's a lot of questions about what's going to happen with Dominic Young. This is where I find out I'm behind. Am I? No, or live. This is just. We're almost there. We get on with the anthems, and then we can start with the match. We're just waiting. There we go. She walks off from the red carpet about fucking time. So, yep, everything should be done there, so we can get on with the anthems and we can start in with it. There is a sizable amount of Kummel's fans there in the stadium. It's actually a very solid crowd here. Obviously treated to the doubleheader as the English women's team did get the win over Canada. I think I've just seen one of the worst haircuts of all time. Who do I support, my friend? I support Australia, but I would like to see New Guinea win this match. Just, you know, it's the old enemy with England. It'd just be nice to see if it actually can, if it does happen. But you definitely got the squad here that can do it. So we've got 143 votes still now coming in, basically still roughly at the same amount of the percentage, about 86% still in favour of New Guinea taking out this win. Just almost there, just looking at the live streaming stats. Yep, we're all good. There we go, that was the New Guinea national anthem, and now we have probably the one of the quickest anthems then, with the English national anthem, depending on, but then it becomes a competition of how long the singer can fucking draw it out. England. The boys. Dominic Young is actually massive. Like, he's actually so big. Oh, there we go. Victor Radley has learnt the lines to God Save the King. Well done. I mean, I don't even understand why there's like a lot of scrutiny about it. It's like one of the easiest anthems you could learn. So there we go. Both anthems are done. Still weird. I will admit, still very weird hearing God Save the King, not God Save the Queen, but there we go. But there we go. So those are the anthems, and now we get into the proper nitty-gritty. We get to the match. So no changes in terms of the lineups. We will end the poll here. A lot of votes have come in. 150 votes. That is the highest. 151 just right at the last second. The most amount of votes we have gotten for a stream. Thank you all very much. 85% in favour of Papua New Guinea. Okay. So it's actually, because of obviously being Movember, they're actually, instead of doing a moment's silence, they're actually doing a moment of noise. So obviously, a moment of anti-silence, obviously, with the issues that men have with their mental health. It's not weak to speak out if you do have any problems, but it's a very good sentiment to say nonetheless. The Mo is sort of there. It's like the first thing that grows when I shave, but there we go. So let's just go into the lineups one last time quickly. For England, you got Sam Tompkins at fullback, Tommy Mackinson and Dominic Young on the wings, Callum Watkins and Harry Farnworth in the centres, Jack Wellesby at 5'8" with George Williams at halfback, Thomas Burgess, Michael McLaurin and Chris Hill as the prop hooker prop, Elliot Whitehead and John Bateman in the second row with Victor Radley at lock, Morgan Knowles, Matty Lees, Mike Cooper and Mike McMeekin as the bench, and Kai Purse-Paul as the injury reserve. And for Papua New Guinea, Alex Johnson at fullback, Jimmy McGutlick and Roderick Ty on the wings with Nana McDonald and Justin Olam in the centres, Kyle Labert at 5'8" with Lachlan Lamb at halfback, Wellington Albert, Edwin Apapi, Sylvester Namo as the prop hooker prop, Nixon Putt and Reese Marston at the second row, and Jacob Alik at lock. Goddamn, we're slipping up. Dan Russell, Mackenzie Yeh, Jeremiah Simbiken, and Watson Boas on the interchange with Kevin Appo as injury replacement for Papua New Guinea. And now we can get into the match. They played in the quarterfinals last time with a win for England, who would later go on to reach the final of the 2017 tournament. But now, a chance for New Guinea with the best team they have ever formed. A chance to beat England for the first time in their rugby league history. And a chance to officially cement a Pacific Nation team into the World Cup final, regardless of the victory, of the win, whoever wins between Samoa and Tonga. Yeah, this is very much... Okay, here we go. Very impactful match this is going to be. So the winner for winners will play at Emirates Stadium. At the Emirates, this doesn't upload like as a ticker. It uploads per minute, so we'll just have to keep it going. So here we go. England are kicking off. They'll be running screen right, and Papua New Guinea will gain first possession of the ball. I should also say there is no game footage because the International Rugby League Board would do me at the arse for copyright. England kick off, and we are underway. And Olam takes the first hit up and gets immediately met by 4 Englishmen onto the 15 for the first tackle of the match. A little bit confusing, of course. I've also got the soccer field cutouts, obviously, for Wigan Athletic. It's going to be a physical encounter. It could potentially go into a battle of attrition as now Papua New Guinea onto the 25 for the third tackle. Wanting to shift it up a little bit as they go along through the middle. As they get to the 30 for the fourth tackle. And then straight from dummy half, they'll get brought down onto the 40 for the last tackle. So that is the opening set for Papua New Guinea. And it's taken by Lachlan Lamb for the kick. And will be taken by Sam Tompkins, who gives it to Dominic Young, who has been one of the biggest stars in this tournament. And he gets brought down by 5 Papua New Guinea players. As he'll be brought down onto the 30 for the first tackle. It's now England go through their first set. They know that the first bit of mistake can very much be punished by either team. As Martin Mukia, thank you very much for subscribing. I just realised the colour scheme actually does work with New Guinea. And there we go. That is Chris Hill there. Breaking over New Guinea's half now. 40 away from the try line for the fourth tackle. And there's Thomas Burgess. Going to be one of the big enforcers for this match for England. Last tackle, 20 out. It's going to be a crossfield kick here for England. It's taken. Flick the ball back. And McCorum will pick it up, but it's going to be a handover there for Papua New Guinea, but very close there. It was a brilliant take there by Mackinson. Tries to flick the ball out. It does go backwards, but ever so slightly. But there we go. So England very close in their first chances, but Papua New Guinea holding off. As we get to the 10 for the first tackle. Now, England's defence wanting to keep Papua New Guinea down as far into their own half as possible, as it's now the third tackle, and they've only made it just as far as 15 metres into their own half. And comes another charge here by New Guinea. Just going to put the brightness up because I can kind of not see what will happen here, but currently at the 20 now. New Guinea, they're not getting many metres out, and this will be brought down onto the 30. This will be the last tackle, actually, for Papua New Guinea. And they'll shift it back, and that is going to be the kick. And it'll be taken by Dominic Young. He'll take it about onto the 35, and Dominic Young will get to just about halfway for the first tackle. They know Dominic Young, in terms of the attacking prowess, he's more tries than any other team's players in the comp. So second tackle now, 45 out from the try line. George Burgess sees a gap, just about slides through and to be brought down onto the Papua New Guinea 30. England now going on to the left-hand side. And they'll get wrapped up. 20 out, fourth tackle now for England. As they're going to shift it into the middle. I've got the pace out on the side if they try to give it to it. Wellesby currently has it. And Wellesby will be brought down 15 away from the try line. Last tackle here for England. They'll go to the right. Tompkins with the grubber. And that's a knock-on by, unfortunately, there by Justin Olam. He tries to pick it up, but drops out. Obviously, the weather is not great in England. It's pretty much... But there we go. Scrum feed now for England. About 10 metres out from the try line. A huge chance for England to take first blood in this match. We'll say the try area, not that big, it's about 5 metres. 5 metres in length, pretty much. But, yeah, so here we go. Huge opportunity now for Papua New Guinea. Not Papua New Guinea, but I mean, it's a huge test for Papua New Guinea to see if they can try to hang on, as they've got to defend a full set on their line. England go off to the left-hand side now. It's the number 4 of Farnworth. Farnworth trying to find a gap. He gets it! He'll be stopped about a metre short of the line for the first tackle. England now go off to the right-hand side. Oh, it's a reach over. Is that a try? They're saying George Burgess has gone over and they've awarded it. So there we go. The opening try of the match goes to England. And it's George Burgess who goes over. Surely we have money on our shining light Dom Young to score. I definitely should. Probably for a hat-trick. But there we go. George Burgess has gone over and will score the first try of the match. His 4th try of the tournament. But there we go. Obviously, the barnstorming veteran. Obviously, it was the grubber kick there by Tompkins, forcing Justin Olam to make the knock-on. And from the scrum feed, Burgess is going over, rolls around and does get the ball onto the line. Right under the post. It'll be 6-0, 6 minutes gone. And there we go. George Burgess with the opening try. It's not George Burgess, just Thomas Burgess. All the Burgess brothers look the same. I do apologise, but it is George that has just gone over. Thomas, fuck. It's bloody Sam Burgess. So here we go. Wellesby now for the kick right in front to make it 6-all. And he gets it. So there we go. 6.5 gone. Well, it's Tommy Mackinson who actually takes the kicks now. But there we go. 6-0 to England. 6.5 gone. Like I said, this is the top of start England definitely need. Basically put the points on. It will be physical, but putting enough early points on to pretty much put Papua New Guinea immediately out of the match. So here we go. Burgess now with the charge. And he runs straight into another Papua New Guinean ball and will be brought down on the 10-meter line for the first tackles. We're now 7 minutes gone in this match. Keeps trying to say opening match. Oh, good offload there by England. England still with the ball, trying to spread it evenly. Why is this year's World Cup as 2021 instead of 2022? It's because it was meant to happen back in 2021, but because of COVID, it got postponed. That's the number 2 there. That's Tommy Mackinson trying to run through a gap. He'll get past halfway for the third tackle. So pretty much like Australia and New Zealand said they'd pull out, and then because Omicron got a lot worse with COVID, so they just postponed the whole tournament a year. So it's kind of like how the Tokyo Olympics were the 2020 Olympics, even though it was being held in 2021. Oh, here we go. Set restart for England. About 40 out on their 4th tackle. Not the best time to give away a 20-minute restart. Not fucking set restart. Big tackle there by Reece Martin. But 15 out now, England from the first tackle. It's a grubber kick. It's a beautifully weighted ball into the hands of Tommy Mackinson, and it's 10-0 to England. Just like that. It's what can you say? It's just the English know how to play in this style of weather. Just brilliant grubber kick there by Tompkins, which has been a threat already, forcing Justin Olam's knock-on, which led to the scrum feed and set that would score the opening try. Open grubber kick there to Tommy Mackinson. And just like that, 10-0 England. Just trying to space this out a little bit. There we are. But yeah, there we go. Not the best start that New Guinea require, but it is, of course, the perfect start if you're an English fan. And Tommy Mackinson now is going to attempt to kick his own try. This will be right from the sideline, so very different from his first kick, which was right in front. But yeah, to say the very least, it's just the type of start that is all required. So here we go. Tommy Mackinson to make it 12-0 within 10 minutes. So here we go. Mackinson with the kick. Goes for the kick. Oh, he shanked it a little bit, so he's going to miss it. So, 10 minutes gone. It will remain 10-0 to England, but it's, of course, an absolute brilliant start for the England. As we just got a shot of Princess Kate just probably being explained what the rules are, so they've got to kick it between the posts. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sick of bloody James Graham's bloody for the viewers at home. It's like, of course it's going to be for the viewers at home because no one else can hear you. But there we go. First tackle there for England. Takes it all the way to the 30, and now here comes Victor Radley. He gets to, I think it's his first carry for this whole match so far, Victor Radley, for the second tackle now on the 40. Now it's going to be, I believe, Callum Watkins, who will get past Papua New Guinea's halfway line. 45 away from the try line for the third tackle as they go to the right now. John Bateman now will be brought down on Papua New Guinea's 30 for the fourth tackle. They're going to send him to Mill, which is all. And it's going to be another early kick and chase, but it's instantly taken by Roderick Ty. And they're going to drag him out here. That's, everything's just going England's way here. It was an early kick. taken by Roderick Ty, but it immediately gets dragged out. The defence of there was Elliot Whitehead, Tommy Mackinson, and Herbie Farnworth making the tackle. And also a little bit of George Williams. But here we go. So it's a scrum feed now, 25 metres away from the try line for England to put even more points on Papua New Guinea. To basically put the match over before it really even started. So now England know. Do they go to the right-hand side as Burgess who takes the first hit up? And we brought down 15 away from the try line for the first tackle. They'll go to the left again. Good flat ball there to Elliot Whitehead. Gets an offload off to Sam Tompkins. Tompkins gets a pass off to Farnworth. And Farnworth will get brought down about 5 metres short of the line now. They're on the far left side here. They'll spread it into the middle for this next tackle. Pass now, there is John Bateman. Run in front of the post now. Third tackle. Is it another set restart? No. They're going to the right-hand side now. Passing it out to 3. That is Callum Watkins who gets brought down on the 10 now. Dominic Young with the ball. Will feed it back out to John Bateman. And Bateman will get brought down 10 metres out from the try line. Last tackle for England. They feed it out now. Williams with the grubber kick. And it's going to be batted away by Papua New Guinea. It was Nana McDonald who bats it out. And it's going to be a goal line dropout. As we're now 13 minutes gone into this match. I will say, though, that it is very much going to be a question on whether or not it's going to be a short or long dropout. Because a lot of the meta in the NRL has been these short dropouts. So what will they go for here? They'll go for a long one. Won't go as far. It only made it about 30 metres. And Burgess gets the first carry. He's into this match here as he gets brought down on the 20-metre line for the first tackle for England. They're going to shift it off now. Still into the middle, but they're trying to look to incorporate that right-hand side, which has barely had any of the ball. It's all been the left-hand side, which has been the result for the try from Thomas Burgess and Tommy Mackinson. Oh, and the pass goes a bit leery. Farnworth will have to pick up and be brought down on the 20 for the third tackle. Not that great of a pass there from England. But also this could be a thing. England could exhaust all their energy in about 20-25 minutes and then be buggered and force New Guinea to make a comeback. Williams now with the ball. Out to Farnworth. And Farnworth will get brought down 5 metres short of the line now. Last tackle for England. It's a cross kick. Batted backwards by England. They've got space and they're going to give it to Dominic Young. It's now 14-0 to England. Should just say the rain is very much pissing down at the moment. And there we go. Dominic Young continues his streak on being the top try scorer of this match. The Novocastrian. His 9th try of the tournament. That's actually nuts. So he's averaged what? Like 2.5 tries? Almost 2.5 tries a game. Which is unbelievable form. Brilliantly batted back there. I believe it was Victor Raleigh that batted it back there from the kick, so... So yeah, there we go. So 14. And there we go. Yep, Princess Kate liked that one. So Dominic Young, pretty much. There's been talks about several rugby NRL teams wanting to sign Dominic Young away from Newcastle. I think the Knights need to throw the book at him, to be honest. But there we go. So Tommy Mackinson missed the kick from the right-hand sideline. They'll have one from the left-hand sideline to try to make it 16-all. 16-0. So currently at the moment, by the way England's form is they're competing against the time at the moment. So here we go. Tommy Mackinson with the kick. And it's gonna drag back right at the last minute. It is pissing down, I should say, at Wigan. It is absolute buckets at the moment. But yeah, pretty much. New Guinea have only really had 1 or 2 sets, to say the very least. It's not looking good at all for Papua New Guinea. YouTube are actually advertising for me to be an absolute twat here because they're saying that'd be a good time to insert an ad. It's like nah, we don't do that. We do it at halftime, but still 16.5 now gone. So total meters gained: England 354, Papua New Guinea 49. Just shows of who's had the ball this match, and it's been completely England. That's number 11. That's Elliot Whitehead, who will get onto 5 meters away from the halfway line for the third tackle. Oh, here we go. There could be a run out the line here. Callum Watkins gives it off to Sam Tompkins, and he'll get brought down about 30 away from the try line for the 4th tackle. Or 35, actually. Burgess again. He just keeps getting involved in these sets. And they'll be brought down about 20 away from the try line now for the last tackle. George Williams. Now the high kick. Lot of pressure. Oh, it's a wide stripped. And it's another try to England. Tommy Mackinson rises to take it. Second time he's done that. And this one will result in a try. And now 18 minutes gone. It is now 18-0 to England. So Tommy Mackinson gets his 2nd try of the game. And at this point, it's starting to get into the question of, is this just going to turn into another one of these blowouts? Because honestly, on the way the momentum's going, Papua New Guinea have not been given even an inch. That is just, it's English stadium, English weather, and just English dominance in this game. It's just brilliant play. It was originally taken by Roderick Ty, but it was a one-on-one strip clean by George Williams. It would have been a knock-on anyways against New Guinea, but there we go. Tommy Mackinson getting the try there, so it's now 2nd try there for Mackinson in this match. And he will now attempt to make it 20-0 as we're now into the 19th minute. And Mackinson with the kick, and he will get it. So 19 gone, it's 20-0 to England. And that's the thing, the commentators are even saying that this match was meant to be like an actual battling affair, but it's just the continuing theme of this World Cup of just being absolute blowouts. But it just shows England's game plan is working. Very much so. So here comes the kick now from Papua New Guinea. So England will get the ball. Dominic Young will take the first hit up and it'll be brought down onto the 20 for the first tackle for England. First interchange has now come in for England as Thomas Burgess has now come off for Mike Cooper. When I say Thomas Burgess, I mean George. No, what I mean when I say George Burgess, I mean Thomas Burgess. It's just they all look the same. Papua New Guinea almost tripled the tackle count. Oh, it's another run here. And Tompkins is through. And it's going to be Kelly Watkins. Another pass. And it's another try. This is actually starting to get scary. So much has occurred. So who scored? It was George Williams. So let's try to explain what has just happened. It was a breakthrough. I felt there might have been a forward pass in that passenger play. So it's a breakthrough of the line. We'll just have a look. It just shows about the weather. Victor Radley. So Tompkins finds the line, gets the pass out to Callum Watkins, and then gets the pass to George Williams. And to show how bad the weather is, he gets brought down and slides about 10 metres to then put the ball onto the ground. Nothing that Kyle Laybuck could do. So just like that, 22 minutes gone. It's now 24-0 with a kick to come. It'll be 26-0 because it was right under the post. This is just been turnstile rugby league, this is. It's sad to see. Unfortunately, this is how the way it's going to be. I'm very much shocked. And there's the conversion to make it successful. It's now 26-0 to England. This is just wow. And this right here is just genuine proof of how much England are a contender. Like, you could even try to make a case that England are favourites to take this tournament out. And in comes the conversion, not the kickoff now, as England again get the ball now on their 20 for the first tackle. I think it's genuinely been about like 10 to 15 minutes since New Guinea's even had a set or even had the ball in their hands. As Wellington Albert has now come off for Papua New Guinea, has been replaced by Dan Russell. That's the first interchange for New Guinea. But this is another pass in the other line. Oh, it's another breakthrough again. To get a pass off again, it's the number 18. It's Chris Hill. And fourth tackle now for England. They are 25 out from the try line. Overcommitting there. Victor Radley with the ball. Sends it out wide. Picked up by Dominic Young. Fends off one. Gives it off to Callum Watkins. And it's another try. What the fuck is this? This is literally, it's just kick, try. It's like kickoff, try, kickoff, try, kickoff, try. That's literally what this game has been. It's now 30-0. And there's 24 minutes gone. Callum Watkins gets a try, but it's just... This is... I think International Rugby League, this is really putting a microscope onto just like, there needs to be some form of like to help to make actual other teams competitive. Like, this is actually ridiculous. Like, this is just, I wish Group D was on. I wish, honestly, like, I would take a Tonga and New Guinea match any day of the week, but this is just nuts. They've basically, what England have done is basically brought Papua New Guinea down and put their foot on them. They just suffocated them. This is all this is. It's suffocation at this point. But here we go. Tommy Mackinson now with the conversion attempt. This to make it, I believe, to make it 32 points to 0. And so far, the only thing England are competing against is the time. And he's going to get this conversion. And it's 32-0, 25 gone. I'll be honest, I'm thinking about just ending the stream now in all genuine honesty. Like, this is just... Like, I actually wrote an article about how the blowouts have become a major problem with the Rugby League. With the Rugby League World Cup, but it's just... We're now in the quarterfinals. We're like in the 8 best teams in the world, and it's still happening. I mean, you had Australia-Lebanon yesterday. You have England and Papua New Guinea currently going on right now. You're going to have... I feel like it'll probably be rough. Hopefully not the same level, but maybe with New Zealand and Fiji. So you just got to pray that Tonga and Samoa it's going to be competitive. You just got to pray for that. But here we go. England have got the ball here. Once again, as it's Chris Hill who takes the ball. Being brought down on the English 40 for the third tackle. They're going to shift it out onto the left-hand side. And that's where it's all been. It's all been down the left-hand side as all of their attacks has been. So 35 out now, England, for the fourth tackle. As Victor Radley will get brought down on the Movember sign out to 25 out. Last tackle for England. It's a high kick. It's two. Oh! I think he's what? Hang on, yeah, because so Alex Johnson's tried to catch it. He's lost it, but then the referee has said that he's caught it, but then he's knocked it, but he's lost it into the try field, and an England player is grounded. This could be a try. England are challenging this immediately. So what's going to happen here? I'll probably need to shut up here. I think this is probably going to be another try for England. I don't know why the referee blew his whistle. Alex Johnson didn't catch it. He just lost it. He just lost it.
So Alex Johnson fails to defuse the bomb. It is play on at this point, and the ball is then
it's a try.
by the England team. Thank you. I've viewed all available angles to make my decision.
So it's just getting bad for worse for New Guinea there. It looked like it was going to be a 20-minute restart, but Alex Johnson losing the ball. It's going to be a try to England. And Tommy Makinson keeping the play on. And it's now 36-0 to England. But it was great chase there by Wellesby. It's just... I'm just so confused as why the ref called that. He caught it. He didn't catch it. He just bobbled it. He referee blows the whistle before he catches it. Fumbles it. Ball still play, and then Makinson's now got a hat-trick. It went backwards anyway, so yep, still in play, and it's a try. But here we go, now this a kick attempt here by Makinson, this to make it 38-0. On the 28-minute mark. This is generally one of the worst tournaments of all time, I just got to say. But here we go. Here's the conversion attempt now by Mackinson to make it 38-0, and he gets it. So 12 minutes remaining until half time. It is now 38-0 to England. And there's just nothing Papua New Guinea could do. They haven't touched the ball genuinely and had a set for like about genuinely about 20 minutes. Just nothing you can do in this situation. And Papua New Guinea have just kicked it out in the full. So it's a penalty on halfway. It generally is going to be probably like 50 by about 5 minutes time by the way it's looking, and that's just... It's just absolute continuous nightmare here for Papua New Guinea. Low driven kick, yep, straight out on the full. And it's a penalty kick on into touches. England has made 2 subs. So we're going to touch 15 metres out. England will now have another full set. Simbakin is coming off for McDonald for New Guinea. So first tackle now, 5 minutes out for England. Sam Tompkins now with the ball. He'll be brought down onto the 10 for the second tackle. It's just nothing really do. It's just Morgan Knowles brought down now, 5 minutes short of the line for the third tackle. Wellesby doesn't know what to do. He's going to run crossfield. Goes for a grubble kick. He's lost that. He's lost that into a Papua New Guinea player. That should be a knock on. But it's play on. So 15 out now. Fourth tackle for England. Early kick here. Dominic Young with a chase. Better backwards. And offside here. Much talked about game and what a shame. We talk a lot about Rising Kummels now, what nowhere near. This has just been like just shocking. Total meters, here we go, right? 649 meters gained by England, 49 by Papua New Guinea. New Guinea genuinely have only had 2 sets this whole game. This is their third set now. And it's 30 minutes into a game. This is their first set of actually having the ball since bloody probably about 22 minutes ago. It's actually ridiculous. But New Guinea now getting on to this will probably be about the 25 now for the third tackle. That's number 16. That's Mackenzie Yeh. We'll give it off to the left-hand side now. Going to go onto the wing here. Can there be a charge here? Olamy's lost it forward. The ref says knock on, but yeah. New Guinea just shell shot. They just have no idea what's going on. I mean, in fairness, probably no one's having any idea what's going on. So 40 on the England's 40 now. They'll get a scrum feed. Oh, it's a knock on by England here. That's a double knock on, but it's going to be a changeover now. So New Guinea are going to have another crack of the ball. 45 away from the try line. I believe this is going to be probably the first time they're actually going to have a full set inside of England's half. So there we go. So 45 out. Can New Guinea get a try? But here we go. They're going down to the wing here. I don't know why people thought this would be close. Oz PM put Oz Prime Minister's 13 put 60 on them not long ago. That is unfortunately true. Reece Martin now with the ball. We get brought down 25 away from the try line. Again, 20 out, third tackles. We've got 6.5 minutes remaining in this half. Can New Guinea just find a hole? Big run here by the number 11 of Nixon Putt. 10 metres out, fourth tackle. Grubber kick here. Picked up. Oh, butted backwards. And it's picked up by, I believe it's Dan Russell here. Last tackle here for New Guinea. Oh, it's a brilliant grubber kick and it's going to be batted away for a goal line dropout. So England, first time they've really been on their line this whole match. And it will be a goal line dropout here. And honestly, By the way it's going, England are probably going to go short here.
He's flying off his line and putting the Papua New Guinea players under so much pressure.
But yeah, it's just it was a really good kick to say the very least. Oh, that's a massive hit. Sure, that seemed a bit high, but Sylvester Namo running into that. Just absolute barnstorming runs coming in here from this match. So 25 out, second tackle here for Papua New Guinea. So number 22, it is Jeremiah Simbarkan. He'll be brought down 15 away from the try line. Going to the right hand side, flat ball to Reese Martin. And he'll be brought down 5 metres short of the line. Fourth tackle for New Guinea. That's breaks down. Oh! I think it's going to be a penalty to New Guinea for an offside call, but it seemed to be also a very late hit on one of the New Guinea players. So, but again, chance here for New Guinea to get a try before half time. But here we go. Can New Guinea get over the line? First tackle 5 metres out. That's another knock on. So England will get the ball back. It's just... I don't know, is this the first game where New Guinea have played where it's been in the wet? I'm just trying to figure this, trying to question it. But yep, England on their 10-minute line will get the ball back. And they've got 4 minutes remaining to potentially make it. I mean, honestly, but at this rate, they could probably make it 50-0 at half time. This probably could be a penalty here. Yep, and it will be. Half of the New Guinea team were all offside, so this is just going to give more field advantage to England. And Tompkins takes the kick, and it's just shy of halfway. Oh, it's a pass out, and it's going to be picked up by Kyle Labert. So it's another mistake here by England. So this will be the... I think it should just be the first tackle right on halfway. This will be the second on halfway. So New Guinea now just trying to find their way in through the middle. Still 45 away from the try line for the third tackle. But it's just England are just swarming them, not even giving them... I say they weren't giving them an inch, they're not even giving them a millimetre. Big run there, it's a number 15 of not Morgan Knowles, was Dan Russell. And this will be the last tackle, I believe, for New Guinea. They're going to switch it to the left-hand side now. They've got a 3-on-1 here. Olam trying to split the gap, but he's going to get wrapped up there by Callum Watkins. That will end the set for New Guinea. It's just... what can you say? So on the 20 will be a new set for England. And by the way time might be going, this could be the last full set that England have. Oh, big hit there on Mike Cooper. That was a brilliant hit there, but still third tackle right on halfway for England. Now another big hit by New Guinea. They're trying to find some form of aggression from somewhere. Fourth tackle for England as they're trying to go through the middle. And it's another knock on by England, so New Guinea will get the ball, and this will be the last full set of the half. New Guinea trying to break charge. This will be actually the first tackle. It was a 0 earlier. But here we go. Second tackle now for Papua New Guinea. They're about 30 out from the try line. And there is another game later on in the match. It's an early grubber kick. The New Guinea player was brought down, but Tommy Mackinson picks it up. And he's still going to be on the run, and he'll be brought down onto the 20. And there's 30 seconds remaining, and that should be the last couple of tackles that will end the first half. So 25 seconds now remaining in this first half as England just waiting out, as that's John Bateman who gets the ball. Third tackle, 15 seconds left. An early kick here. I think they try to go for a 40-20, but it's obviously not going to make it. But here comes Alex Johnston. And he'll get brought down on halfway. And this will be half-time. And it's been absolute domination from the start. England dominate 38-0 against Papua New Guinea. It's hard to say the very least, but so that's going to be half time. We're going to go for a quick little break, but we will be back for the second half. This is just it's just not been good, to say the very least, in terms of entertainment. But there we go. So just going to have an ad break and then just the halftime slides, and then we'll be back for the second half. I'll just do that. Okay, transition back now, and there we go. So, back now, ready for the second half. Hopefully, it's actually somewhat competitive because it's been fairly one-sided. So here we go, kickoff, and we are underway now. Perfect timing, actually. England will get first possession of the ball as Papua New Guinea kick off and run screen right. So England will run screen left. So England will get the first ball on the 20-meter line. And it's just... Oh, an offload. No, just going to play it back onto the 30-meter line as England now go to the left-hand side. It's number 11, Elliot Whitehead, who now has the ball. And they're going to shift it now into the middle. So it's just... And they're going to go more into the guts, trying to conserve their energy as Mike Cooper there takes a run right onto halfway for the fourth tackle. And now it's number 15. That's Morgan Knowles, another one of the interchange bench players. 45 away from the try line. And this will be the last tackle, and there is the kick. And in comes Alex Johnson with the take. And he will get brought down on the 10-meter line for the first tackle. It's just instantly New Guinea get the ball, England pounce on them. Like the Lions they are. Is now this big run there by Justin Owen. Will get brought down onto the New Guinea 25 for the third tackle. Again, it's more through the guts. It's now New Guinea onto the 30 for the fourth tackle. Get an offload though. Oldham still with the ball, so they'll get a bit further up the field, almost to their own 40. And New Guinea will make it onto halfway for the last tackle with that run by Roderick Ty. So that's the last tackle, and here goes the kick high up. It'll be taken by Sam Tompkins on the 15 and be given by Tommy Mackinson, who has already gotten a hat-trick. He got it in the first half. Other try scorers for those missing are Dominic Young, George Williams and Thomas Burgess, who got the opening try. Dominic Young onto the ball for the 40. I believe it was the second tackle. Now this will be the third tackle as England now on halfway. They'll go onto the sort of right-hand side potential plays. They go for an early kick and we don't really see what happened because they were showing the England coach. But yep, Dominic Young chased down the kick, and New Guinea have the ball and are being held inside of their 20, and being the third tackle on their 20-meter line. A lot of the New Guinea players already standing around not knowing what to do, and it's only like 3 minutes into the second half. And again, fourth tackle now. They get only to the 25 New Guinea are at. Now Oldham again. Oldham taking basically almost the role of Burgess. Just trying to get every run in he possibly can in a set. On Tompkins, he's lost it, but it went backwards, so we'll play on. And Tompkins gets instantly rattled by Sylvester Namo for the first tackle now on the 30s. Now that is Dominic Young with the ball. Fends off one. And it'll get brought down onto the 35 for the second tackle. Now it's Callum Watkins now for the third tackle onto the 40. The ball's popped out and it's going to be a penalty to England. So it's going to be another chance here for England to get some decent field advantage because Sam Tompkins is a brilliant kicker. So, two of the England women's players. Can someone help me with watching live streaming online? Yeah, it's hard to say because the copyright is really weird when it comes to something like this. So if anyone does have a link to actually watch this game online, please, you can drop it in the comments below to help Amon here. Because yeah, it is quite hard to watch. All on to say the least, because mostly it's all like paid services for streaming. So 25 out now for England. on the second tackle. Can they get another try here? One of the Guinea players is almost dead on the ground. But Knowles now 5 minutes short of the line, fourth tackle. Now England forcing it into the middle. They've got massive gaps. It's a grubber kick, but it's going to get cleared away by New Guinea. So it will be a goal line dropout now for Papua New Guinea. But again, it's the continuous pressure that we'd seen all throughout the first half by England. Bit of a HIA check here on the one of the Papua New Guinea players. He did take a bit of a head knock there. It's the number 22 for New Guinea. It is Jeremiah Simbiken, who was on the ground for a considerate amount of time when he was actually when he went for that tackle. But he seems to be okay, so he should be all right. Yeah, I'm on. I can't help you, unfortunately, in terms of trying to find streams to watch it online. It is very hard to try to find any, but maybe someone on Twitch is streaming this, because I know Twitch has lenient copyright rules, so it could be there. Maybe Hectic Fred's streaming. He usually shows the game, so that's probably my best shot to go there to try to go for the streaming. Oh, knock on by England. It's number 17. It's Mike Cooper in the second tackle from that goal line dropout, making the mistake. And Justin Olam is trying to push and shove with Bateman. It's like, mate, even if you're probably in the right there and trying to shit talk, it's a simple response. Scoreboard. But so it's going to be a scrum feed here for Papua New Guinea now on their 25. But in fairness, in the last 10 minutes and the first 6 minutes in this half, England have been a little bit sloppy, which is something that could be taken advantage of when you're looking at if you're looking from Samoa or Tonga's perspective, who are going to be the two teams one of the two teams that will play England in the semi-final. So Jeremiah Simbiken now coming off the field. Big charge there by Olam. Charging. So it's going to be Jacob Alik now coming back onto the field. But here we go. So now, Leslie Mamang, thank you for the sub. So second tackle now for New Guinea as they're trying to find some form of opening labour. With a decent run just shy of halfway now for the third tackle. Can you share the live actions with me, bro? I can't, unfortunately, because if I showed it on screen, the bloody whoever has the copyright rights for the match will just would just take it down instantaneously. Like, I wish I could, but there's nothing. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do, man. Last tackle here, 40 meters out now from the New Guinea set. It's going to be taken by Tompkins. He takes it onto the 10 as now Mackinson gets on the run and will get brought down on the 15 for the first tackle. Mate, honestly, look, I wish I could. I genuinely just straight up cannot. Unfortunately. It's like in a perfect world I could, but unfortunately we don't live in that, unfortunately. But England getting a set restart here, now onto the second tackle on halfway. It's actually been pretty interesting how this is only the second set restart so far this match, and we've been about 50 minutes in. It's really weird to see of how much there's been a lack of set restarts, even in this tournament as well. But England now going on the charge. Flat ball out, that gets to Whitehead. England again on the charge, grab a kick. It won't stay in, it'll go out over the dead ball line. And it'll be a 20-minute restart now for New Guinea. And a 7-tackle set. It was the right idea to go for the grubber, which is way too heavy. So 0 tackle now on the 30 for New Guinea, and they will get to the first for the first tackle will be on the 40, as that is Roderick Ty. And now New Guinea get onto halfway for the second tackle. So this is going to be a good charge here. So Nana McDonald now with the ball, getting to the second tackle. 45 away from the try line. Now number 14 here for New Guinea. There isn't one. It's number 19. I think it's Jimmy Gutlick. The form might look like a 9. But here we go. Last tackle now for New Guinea. They're about 20 minutes out. And it's kicked, and it's going to get kicked out for a goal and drop out. 11 advantage, so I don't have television to watch live. Can you do something? I can't, man, unfortunately. I genuinely can't. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just there's nothing I can do, unfortunately. So, goal line drop out now here for England as it's pretty much really been both sides with the equal sort of matches. As Alex Johnson now will take the catch on halfway. And right as a run there, I believe it is Watson Bowes. As Albert now has come on for Nano. So only the 4th interchange so far made by New Guinea. But now the 4th interchange also coming in for England as McMeekin has now come on for Elliot Whitehead. So 20 out now, 3rd tackle for New Guinea. They get the pass out. They went backwards. And it's another knock on by New Guinea, so it's going to be another scrum feed now for England. This has been a really sloppy second half, to say the least. Just about 11 minutes of just mistakes, set restarts, and 2 heavy kicks going out over the dead ball line. Which I think is how it's going to be, especially when the game is like at this point. But is this going to bring up a bit of a problem? But you got England now sending the ball out wide to start it off. I believe that is number... I think it's number... Trying to figure out some of the numbers here, but now comes the number 20 here. It's McMeekin now, getting just shy of halfway for the second tackle. Third tackle now, 45 away from the try line. New Guinea dragging back though. There is still a bit of fight in this New Guinea team, as that was Bateman being dragged back to the England 40. England now switching to the other side now. Farnworth to Tompkins. Tompkins now trying to find a gap, but he's still running. Oh! Nanny McDonald needs to be careful there with a tackle like that, with that dumping motion. Here's the last tackle, high kick. The bounce stayed in. It'll go out over the dead ball line. It's going to be another 20-minute restart now for New Guinea. That's a really good kick of the way that was able to stay in. But 0 tackle there for New Guinea on the 30, and this will be the first as Olam gets brought down onto the 40, still inside of his own half for the first tackle. And it's another knock on by New Guinea. So England will get the ball now 40 metres away from the try line. It's just not been New Guinea's day, as Stanley Tepin, the New Guinea coach, he's had pretty much the same facial expression ever since the game started. Just having absolutely no idea of how to combat it. And it's the same look that all the players have had, unfortunately. So now England from the scrum. But it is impressive how New Guinea relatively have stopped this this motion of the England's constant scoring for the last 15 minutes. Second tackle now as they're about England now 20 metres out from the try line. Wellesby gives it off to Bateman. Oh, it's touched by a New Guinea player, so it's going to be another knock on by New Guinea. It's going to be a 20-metre scrum, so 20 out. And that's another set for England. Does he? Does Labour touch that? I don't think he does. I mean, both from the angle, but it doesn't look like he has touched it, but he probably has. The angle that was shown didn't really look like that it was. So there's number 17, Mike Cooper, runs onto the 10-metre line for the first tackle. England now trying to go over the top to the left. Oh, brilliant defensive tackle. The passes came in. It's still going. And New Guinea have picked up the ball on its first tackle. Brilliant defence there by New Guinea. But now in comes the English defence now, just stopping any form of New Guinea attack. So that's the number 13 there, Jacob Alec. Still only onto the 10-metre line for the third tackle. Bit of space here now for New Guinea, but a brilliant wraparound tackle there by Wellesby. And it's a penalty against New Guinea as Putt pushing over Wellesby for no reason. So it's just getting bad to worse here. Picked it up and dumped him. Yep, it's going to be a penalty to England. Just a bit of a brain snap there by Nixon Putt. So 15 away from the try line now. First tackle for England. Very much wanting to get this next try. They're trying to shift it now into the middle as they send it now to the right. Flat ball there to Callum Watkins, who's now 5 metres short of the line now. Third tackle for England. Behind the back flick there. They've got numbers if they try to break him off here. Down to the line, Farnworth and Mackinson will go over. So though Papua New Guinea has been able to hold him off for about 20 minutes or so of in-game time, England finally get another try. And it's once again Tommy Mackinson who gets his 4th of the match and makes it 42-0. So gee, I wonder if it's going to be an Englishman that wins the try tally, because he's got a battle between Dominic Young and now Tommy Mackinson. If he got a fair amount of other players, because I think Addo Carr's probably now in the mix with his performance against Lebanon in the quarterfinals. But there we go. It's going to be another conversion attempt from the sideline from Mackinson to see if he can try to make it 44-0.
We were talking about individual records last week, and your mate Wayne Goldwyn, who holds the record with 34.
Take it off him.
For England against Russia back in 2004.
So here we go. The most points scored by an individual player in a... I don't know if it's for England or for in a Rugby League World Cup, is 34. And currently Tommy Mackinson is on 26. So you would only need 8 more points to tie. Racist referee, too much biased decisions, NRL referee would have been better. I'm sorry, mate, what do you want about? Do you think Papua New Guinea will have a chance to play another match? Unfortunately, this is a quarterfinals match, so this will be their last match of the tournament. But I mean, Graham, it's like literally New Guinea would kick off, England would score, then Papua New Guinea would kick off and England would score. It's got nothing to do with the refereeing. It's just England have just come out and just run amok.
But then the left-hand side we saw today, how threatening that can be as well. So I clearly see we've got strength through the middle. So we look well balanced at this moment in time. There's Hill. I think this bloke.
But there it's Chris Hill now with the ball. As we're now about to cross into the final 20 minutes of this match. So John Bateman now with the ball. On to the 35 for the third tackle. Now Chris Hill. Are you in Australia or in England? I'm in Australia at the moment. It's in New South Wales. Very, very early morning type beat at the moment. So England now last tackle, 45 away from the try line. There's the kick by England. There's a lot of chases. Will be taken by Alex Johnston. And it's just incredible. None of the players having any impact from New Guinea. Like, I think Alex Johnston's probably had the ball like 5 times this whole match. Ball over the line here for New Guinea. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, that footed the line then. I think Watson Boas is like, he almost got dragged out by Dominic Young, but I swear his foot, when he's like trying to get himself back up, hit the line there. Or it must have been up in the air, but that was ridiculously close. And Labour's gone into a tackle and his immediate knock on, but here come England again. And Mackinson gives it to Tompkins. Need to be quiet down. It's only like, it's like 2:30 in the morning. It's 3 in the morning, actually. So 0 tackle now there for England, 20 metres out. So here we go. So 15 out now for the second proper tackle. Now to the left-hand side. Now over the top. Mackinson with a kick, and it's going to get caught by a New Guinea player. Another substitute now for England, as McLaurin's now been replaced by Victor Radley. Which team do I support? I mean, it probably would be Australia. But to be completely honest, I won't be cheering over the moon if Australia does win this tournament, because it's like, it wouldn't be that shocking, like, kind of thing. So still into the 4th tackle for England. No, for New Guinea. So now Johnson now with the ball, just shy of the 40-metre line. And this will be the last tackle. Oh, and it's hit an England player in the head. And it's gone right out to the winger for New Guinea. Now it's another kick. But it's kicked centrally. It's going to be taken by Sam Tompkins. And it'll be given to Dominic Young. He goes into the run, gets an offload. And the ball will be placed roughly on halfway for the first tackle for England. As that is number 16, Matty Lees, that cops a Falcon right to the head. I'm talking about this game right now. I mean, obviously, I'm an Aussie, but like, so I'm very much neutral in this match. I probably would have preferred New Guinea to win this game, but obviously that's not going right at the moment. It's Chris Hills now with the ball. About 30 away from the try line now for the fourth tackle. England now steps there by Bateman now. Get brought down 15 away from the try line. Last tackle for England. Tompkins with the kick. Oh my god. Oh, that's a knock on. As the number 13 and the number 2, that was Jacob Alick and number 12, I think it was Reece Martin. Both of them went for it. And because it ended up with the player at the back, it's going to count as a knock on. It was Alex Johnson, and Jacob Alick. So it's just going, the communication's just not great at the moment. So it's going to be a scrum feed 10 metres out now for England. So they're expecting attack now to the left-hand side here, unless Dominic Young gets a sneaky ball to the right. No, they won't. They'll go to the left. So it's saying here, I believe they're saying because England, no England player has scored 5 tries in a match, is what they're saying here. So they think about maybe sending it to the left for Mackinson again. Yep, another set restart now for England. They're going to try to spread it to the left, but it's the number 20, Mark McMeekin. Now 5 metres short of the line for the first tackle. Now Hill's going with it. It'll get brought down on the 10 metre line for the second tackle. Radley. Wellesby with the ball. Tries to go for the kick and he's lost it. So it's going to be a changeover now. So Papua New Guinea will get the ball on their 10. It's just been a very sloppy second half, to say the very least. I think it's very easy to say that. I don't think it's a controversial thing to say at all. But we got 14 minutes now remaining in this match. And I think it's pretty safe to say that England will be the second team to qualify for the semi-finals. And we'll have to wait for roughly this time tomorrow to see whether or not they'll be playing Samoa or Tonga. Which team do you think will win this World Cup? Well, I think the final is going to be New Zealand and England.
And the consistent thing is the defence. I think the way that they've been flying off the line, as we see again,
So I think it's I predicted New Zealand to win this World Cup, and then just showing the strength of how solid England have been, and also the Aussies. It's going to be pretty hard to tell, and it's going to make the semis interesting. But obviously, for all we know, New Zealand might even make the semi-finals, because they've got to play Fiji later tonight. As Olam now with the ball gets brought down, last tackle. Another pressured kick there from the last. It'll only go as far as the English 40. It'll be taken by Mackinson. And Mackinson gets wrapped around by Lay, but back to the 40. Now England now into halfway as Thomas Burgess is now to come back onto the field. The New Guinea play signalling for a knock on. And they finally get it. But I think it's going to be a captain's challenge here by England to see if whether or not there was a knock-on there in that tackle. As we've now got 12 and a half remaining.
Video ref to match director. We have a captain's challenge from England on the ruling of a knock-on. I just need all available angles nice and slow on the ball, please.
Nope, the ball's come loose.
Something from the touchline view if you've got an angle, please. Just want to see if there's any ruck interference or the ball's just lost.
Is there any hand? Just try and...
Keep playing. Still lose sight of some of that ball. Have you got one from the far side, please?
Yeah, they're just trying to check here.
This might be the best. So he's locked onto the hand, the defender.
The defender's got his hand on the ball, but it's on a pop out. He just lost it.
Surges forward and loses possession of the ball. There's no intent to strip there or ruck interference. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Yep, there we go. Unsuccessful challenge there by England. It will be ruled as a knock-on. There was no intent to strip. But then again, I think England have the... England, I mean, it's like they're losing their challenge and they've got 12 and a half to go. I don't think really it's going to matter that much. But again, it's just England have had a lot of errors this half. I think they've matched New Guinea's errors they made in the first half. Olam now with the ball, trying to break over. So England with 5 errors, but New Guinea with 11, which has been very costly for them. As the sun's now starting to appear in Wigan for the first time. Second tackle now for New Guinea as they're 30 out from the try line. As Thomas Burgess came on to replace Matty Lees. So third tackle now for New Guinea as they're still 30 away. Just need a line to break through, but it's just this England defence is just not allowing anything to break through. Because the closest I think New Guinea has had to a line break was very early on with Olam, but he lost the ball almost immediately when he got wrapped up. So last tackle, 25 out. They're going to shift it out to the left-hand side. It's a grubber kick. That's come off an England boot. Are they going to say it's a played? So it looks like it could... Is it England's ball or New Guinea's ball? Because it does come off an England player, but does he play it? No, he doesn't play it, that. England ball. It just grubbed right into his foot. No, it is New Guinea's ball. Okay, there we go. So here we go. 20 out. And another set of 6 here for New Guinea. So a chance here to actually see if they can finally cross over. As we're about to enter the last... Or in the last 11 minutes. Grubber kick. And they will get it. Jacob Atlick has gone over and the try is given. Finally. Papua New Guinea crossover. So there we go. 42 points to 4. It was a really good grubber kick and they finally just able to get it over. It was Jimmy and Gutlick actually who got it. Just a big pressure grubber kick and he was able to make it. He does get the grounding. So 42 points to 4 with a kick to come as we enter the final 10 minutes of this match. But finally, New Guinea crosses over. It's a very weighted kick there by Alex Johnson, but just enough to stay in for Ngutlik to ground the ball. But in fairness, with this second half, it's only been 4 all, so... Oh, it's a beautiful grounding. By Jimmy and Gutlick. And the conversion actually has been successful, so a kick from the sideline has been good. So, and Gutlick actually took the kick, so it's 42-6 with 9 minutes to go. Just about creeps in. So there we go. So we get the conversion as well. So technically, in this second half, New Guinea have now outscored England. With 9 minutes to go, it's 6-4. But obviously from the first half, it's very much too little too late. But it is good to see that they actually were able to get over the line in the end. But once again, as Continuing on now, 8.5 minutes now remaining. As Mackenzie Yeh now coming on to replace Wellington Albert.
Over 23,000 here today, and I'm being told that is a record for a Rugby League World Cup quarter-final.
So there we go, 23,000 people at the DW Stadium. They just said it's a record for a Rugby League World Cup quarter-final. So well done for the people that actually went out. It was a very decent crowd. So the last tackle here for New Guinea, only gotten as far as the 20. And incoming now the high kick. It will get met by Tommy Mackinson right on halfway. Bags through a couple of tackles and be brought down on New Guinea's 40 for the first tackle. It'll be Farnworth now with the ball, and he'll get brought down 25 out from the try line for the second tackle. Now Burgess. Now 20 away from the try line for the third tackle. Feeds it now to the right hand side. John Bateman will enter the 10. So here we go, 5 metres out, fourth tackle for England. Shifting off to the left now. Bit of a weird pass there to George Williams, but he'll take and be brought down 10 metres out now. Last tackle for England. They're going to go for the left. Grubber kick. Oh, it's taken by Labor. But, oh, he's dragged him out. That is brilliant awareness there by the England players. The number 15 actually was Dan Russell that took the kick and started running, but instantly gets wrapped up and pushed out of play. Brilliant take there by Dan Russell, but it's Sam Tompkins who gets him onto the ground and pushes him out. It'll be a changeover for England. It's starting to be a crook. So 5.5 still remaining in this game. 6.5, sorry. So can England get another try? So can they get Tommy Mackinson his fifth and break the record for England for most tries in a match? Right into the middle. Thomas Burgess now. And Matty Lees is the last change and replaces Chris Hill. So there's the second tackle there for England. Just short. And again, third tackle. They're going to the right-hand side. They might go to the left now. They're going to go to the left. Out to Mackinson. And he gets it. And that is a record breaker there for England. Tommy Mackinson becomes the first ever England international to score 5 tries in a match. And it's been a 5-star performance from him the entire game. So I'm trying to think in terms of points. That's probably, I believe it's like his 30 or 32nd point. So he can end up tying also most points scored by an England player in a match. But there we go, 5 tries for an England international, never been done before, and it's now been done by Tommy Mackinson. So there we go, some history being made. I should actually add up here, so it's now 46-6. Now it's a conversion attempt now from the sideline. He's on 30 points, so this conversion will make it on to 32. I think they said it was 34 points was the most ever scored by one player in an international match. So this will take him 2 away, but still getting the first player to get 5 tries in a single match. Very interesting, Dominic Young was in something like that very early on in the NRL season, because Edric Lee getting 5 tries for the Newcastle Knights against the Titans, the first ever Knights player to ever do that. Dominic Young was a part of that team, and he will hit the post. So it's going to remain 46 points to 6 as we've got 3.5 now remaining in this match. So 23,179 is the official attendance at the DW Stadium, and it's a squib kick by Papua New Guinea, and it's covered by England on the 35.
International record, and Tommy O with all he's been doing at this World Cup. But Tommy Makinson, a Golden Boot winner.
Oh, there's a bit of handbags here at the moment. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving as there's a... Oh, they're coming in heavy now. A little bit of spice happening, basically a little bit of that going on. Good visual elements from me, to say the least.
You two have got the Kazoo player of the match to think about as well.
A little bit of blood on the nose there, but on Reece Martin.
I think George Burgess Tom Burgess has been fantastic today, and he's been backed up by all his pack teammates.
Good to say that that they also got confused with George and Thomas, because the commentator just did it, and I've been doing it all game.
Superb. So me and Nobby have chosen him as the Kazoo player of the match tonight.
You've given Thomas Burgess the player of the match. You're telling me you're not going to give the player that scored 5 tries? I don't know. I don't know who they charged with deciding with the player of the match, because it's weird. It was a dumping hit. It wasn't that bad of a tackle, but it's just a bit of elbows and all that together. Ooh.
Like he does, and he's put his elbow into his face, and
That's an elbow there.
I guess a bit frustrated with that after.
That was a little bit of an elbow to the head here. This could be interesting, actually. Could there be a potential suspension on the cards? No, that's an elbow to the face. This could be a problem here for England. Who's that? It's number 15. It's Morgan Knowles. You could make a case here for Morgan Knowles to go into the bin. I mean, it's not going to have any effect on the match, but he could be suspended for the semi-final. So it's a penalty to New Guinea. Penalty to Papua New Guinea, no sin bin. I think Morgan Knowles was pretty lucky then.
He'll want to keep him out here for sure, won't he, Nobby? He'll not want to finish this last couple of...
Because it did seem like he did go in for a little bit of an elbow there. But here we go, 15 out and a full set of 6 now coming in for New Guinea. So Tommy Makinson gets man of the match. I mean, fucking deserved. Oh, it's a run here down the side here. That was the number 8. It was Wellington Albert. Now 5 metres away from the try line for the second tackle. Number 16, Mackenzie Yeh. Now, can New Guinea just get one last try? As this will be the final minute of their World Cup campaign. They will get a set restart, however. So New Guinea will have the last full set of this match. Oh, and the ball's popped out. And England will have the scrum. As Chekabala kicks a field goal. So it'll be a scrum feed. I think, are they just going to probably allow time to run out? But they'll stop the time with about 30 seconds remaining. It's a captain's challenge by New Guinea. I don't see the point. There's 20 seconds left. I challenge you to see if there was a knock-on in the play. I mean, you got a challenge. You might as well. If you have one in the bank, you might as well use it. Yeah, this is a loose carry. In fact, Raleig's just come in to wrap the tackle and it's clipped the hand. It's a knock-on. But I mean, it's going to be a scrum fit and like 2 tackles, and that will be the end of it.
So again, the referee on the field
So here we go, 20 seconds left of this quarterfinals match. England have punched their ticket into the semi-finals, and we'll wait for tomorrow to see whether it'll be Samoa or Tonga that will play at the Emirates Stadium in London to see, and to see who will win to make it all the way to the final. They've gone for the kick here, and the ball will just go out into touch, and I think no one's going to be wanting to play. I don't think any of the time is just going to continue on. That's going to be it. So the siren sounds, and first half domination from England. It's just been an absolute one-sided affair. New Guinea did stay very much in the second half, but of course very much too little too late as England go out winners 46 points to 6. Oh, the game is not... there we are, sorry. It's weird how this doesn't have like the time ticker that it does with the NRL. It takes like 40 or 50 seconds and then it just updates. But there we go. The game is officially done. So the campaign ends here for New Guinea in very similar fashion as it did in the 2017 World Cup, bowing out to England. So that is it for this match. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later for when I do the next one. Just trying to now remember to actually close the actual stream here.